we hope to have an opportunity to work with some of you in the future, either with the legal clinic or work together with some of you in our law firm if it's at all possible. What I want to talk about today, okay, oh gee, here we are. How do I move forward and back? Okay. You know what? Okay. Yeah, you know what I want to talk about today is my father was a lawyer for 47 years before he died, and my grandfather was a lawyer for 47 years before he died. And actually, interestingly enough, both of them really enjoyed their work, and actually both of them died at their office, as crazy as that may seem. And I've been a lawyer now for 20-some years, so I don't know, I got to work up to 47, I guess, and also die at my desk. But what I wanted to do today was to try to talk about what I think is important to try to make yourself better in the practice of law. And I think there's very little that is discussed about us as people and how we can achieve a better situation in our work environment. And obviously the one thing that I think law schools are very good at is teaching us law, but sometimes they're not so good at explaining how to behave, how to get a job, and how to behave. And so these are some of the things that I've worked on for a long time in interviewing people and dealing with people that want to work in legal firms. And at the same time, we're going to talk a little bit about how to deal with foreign clients, because I think dealing with foreign clients is much more different than dealing with Chinese clients. It can be different. It can be different for sure. So here, let's see. All right. First thing I want to start with, and I don't know if anyone saw CCTV yesterday or on Monday when I appeared, but one of the gentlemen I appeared with, his name was Dr. Charles Lee, and he seemed to feel, we were talking about corruption in China, and this idea that maybe corruption is out of control in China. And I really don't believe, as someone who has been here for 21 years, I don't believe that it's really so bad as people think it might be. Remember, in America, there was the film of the year that won the Oscar was called Wall Street, and this is Michael Douglas. He's married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. His name was Gordon Gekko, that was his character, and he made a speech about saying greed is good. And that was what America was talking about. That was how to make money on Wall Street. And the gentleman that I was on the panel with at CCTV 9 was saying the problem in China is maybe greed, and the problem is maybe education, and the problem is that we have to learn that maybe greed isn't good. We should do good things for the society and good things for the people, and that starts when you're students, when you're young, even younger than you are today. And so I think it's important that when you go and when you become lawyers, and this is something I learned from my father and my grandfather, is that it's very important in whatever way you can to try to help society a little bit. Try to help society. So maybe if you have 100% of your time as a professional, you want to have 90% devoted towards making money and doing a good job, but you also want to give some 10% back to the young people, back to society, back to the country, your country, and that will help to make this place a better place for all of us. And so I think over the 21 years, you guys live in very exciting times, that the Chinese law students and Chinese future lawyers have such a good future ahead of you, and it's so optimistic. But it's up to you, though, in your heart, to try to do something positive for your country as well. So, I mean, I just want to remind people now that that's important. Okay. Again, what we do is we don't, and I'm not going to talk so much about law, but the most important thing that we all have to remember is that whatever you're doing, you're selling yourself. It's not just about academics. It's not just about memory. It's about trying to sell yourself. If you're a lawyer, You are selling yourself all the time. As I say to our lawyers in our firm, I say sometimes we're not so sure about the law. We're not so sure about things. And sometimes all we're selling is the way that we look, that we have a tie on, that we have a hair comb, that we have nice outfits on, and that we look like we're going to give some help to the clients, okay? Sometimes we don't know ourselves. And the most important thing to remember is, in English, what we say about law is it's the practice of law. The practice of law. It isn't the, I understand everything and then I'm a lawyer. No, it's the practice. We're always trying to get better. If you don't have a curious mind, if you don't have a curious understanding on how to solve problems, then you should maybe be in something else. But I think the most important thing we should remember is we want to help people. We want to help people solve their problems. That's why I got involved in law. Maybe it was a mistake, but the first thing to do is help people. We want to be paid for that in some way, either from gratitude, either from money, either from whatever, but we want to have some kind of payment for it as well. But remember, I think all we are as lawyers are really gaoji fuyuan. Really, we're very well educated servants. That's what we are. And we're servants to our clients, or we're servants to the partners that we work for. And we have to remember that that's what we are first and foremost. If you're not interested in helping people, if you're not interested in serving people, then this is not a good profession for you. But what I want to say is, when you all look for jobs, and people don't emphasize this enough, is that you want to be able to be proactive, just like you're looking for graduate programs, just like you're looking for other things. You also want to be looking around and think in the back of your mind to get a job, to get a position. There's a number of ways to go ahead and do that, and set your expectations realistically is all I can add to this, is that research the appropriate salary range. Remember, opportunity is worth more than money. Opportunity is worth more than money. That is one thing that you have to get through to yourself, that sometimes you should take a position and maybe not get so much salary, but look to get the experience. In America, we have the same problem.